Welcome, sir. There seems to be talk now. Donald Trump has finally come out to say the world should stand up for Biafra. What is your position on that?
Yes, notwithstanding, I thank God, the war is actually, a deal has been signed between United States of America and, of course, Iran, who was one of the reasons why a lot of things are happening within the U.S. government. And of course, another great news is Sus Wills is back to Washington, D.C. after a long time illness. I remember Sus Wills was President Americano's lobbyist in the United States of America. I will say a big thank you to them all for coming back. And of course, Donald Trump outstanding deal with Iran that is likely going to restore the much expected peace in Middle East. But in the process, of that, Donald Trump uses his 80th birthday. Donald Trump, yes, happy birthday to the most powerful American president in history. I say, Donald Trump, happy birthday on behalf of Biafrans all over the world. I wish you a great moment as you continue in this struggle to bring peace to the global world. Happy birthday to you, Donald Chinedu Trump. God bless you, sir. And also to Access, the head of World Department in Access in United States of America. As you watch that video, they have just announced, they have just ignited, and Donald Trump has given his orders to go and establish Biafran presence within Committee of Nations and international nations around the world. And remember that the headset was recently moved out of America, visited some powerful countries around the world, and we can hear that logistics, diplomacy is actually playing out under Donald Trump's nod. He also makes it very clearly that they are finally going to take a decision on Nigeria. That is according to Donald Trump. Like you watch that video that actually played out. Everything is in place, and I can tell you that the American government has started announcing Biafra, to the American allies, the restoration of Biafra to American allies. But big good news for those who believe. And like what we are saying before, that if you listen to what President Americano said about Donald Trump, said about Joe Biden, you will understand what Donald Trump is into currently now. He said very clearly, it is somebody like Donald Trump. I'm just quoting President Americano. It is somebody like Donald Trump that the world needs to stabilize and recognize Biafra as a nation. Today is happening. He has indicated so much interest. He has given Nigeria opportunities for reconciliation. He has sent signals to the Sokoto Caliphate. I want to tell you why the United States government has taken up the Biafra struggle by themselves. Not taking it as in a struggle, but to an extent, they have started channeling their high-level diplomacy across United States government allies. You should understand what I mean. And why is he doing that? He has seen very clearly that the report submitted, there was a time Raleigh Moore actually submitted the report, to the overt office, to U.S. government, and he made it very clearly that he has submitted that report according to the mandate given to him by the U.S. government under Donald Trump. And after that, Raleigh Moore has been making series of statements asking Nigeria to do the needful, one of the things they were asked Nigeria to do is to abolish Sharia in Nigeria and to make sure that there's nothing like Sokoto Caliphate. Of course, the Northerners reacted, saying that that is impossible and they can never, do it. Yes, what you must understand very clearly is that those reactions from the Northern Fulani oligarchy, has also been admitted as an evidence in the White House. Then the options that the man was talking about, the options that Cruz was talking about, I'm not talking about headset now. Headset position is very clear. Makurobio position is very clear. I'm telling you about some powerful individuals within the structure of the Trump administration. And the most outstanding person there now who has been given that mandate to carry out a diplomatic mission on the ground among all the American allies. People don't know why America is busy, signaling to the world, bringing Nigeria to the global attention. By the time they decide and conclude on what is going to happen, finally, nobody is going to question United States of America why Donald Trump decided to recognize Biafra. And if that happens, the Yorubas and the Northerners will live together. Then Biafra will succeed from Nigeria, because Biafra seems to be the only nation on the United Nations table currently now. Remember, few days ago, United Nations for the first time in history made a comment that Nigeria as a nation is no longer guaranteed. Nigeria as a nation is no longer guaranteed. They're citing the complex agenda that is going on in Nigeria currently now. The infiltration of the Fulani everywhere in the Middle Belt, everywhere in the South, everywhere in the Southeast, everywhere in Southwest. There's massive killing in that regard. So, by the time I think to an extent, Donald Trump is very, very, very careful. He knows that Mazen Namdekano is in Sokoto prison. There's a signal. People don't know what is coming. The American government themselves have the facts on ground. They know that Islamization is coming, and it can only come through jihad. They mandated. Somebody moved a motion in the Congress. James John moved a motion in the Congress, and what did James John said? He said the court that sentenced Mazen Namdekano used a repeat law, and they are mandated the Secretary of State of the United States of America to engage Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the issue of releasing Mazen Namdekano, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not done that. Then Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with a cross appeal after advising Buhari that he should engage in dialogue with IPOB. Nigerians are very smart. They are beginning to interpret what is in the pipeline that not every Nigerian will see. What is it that is in the pipeline that Nigerians are not seeing? Tinubu advised Buhari to dialogue with IPOB. The same Bola Tinubu used a law that does not exist to sentence Mazen Namdekano to imprisonment. After, yes, Judge John said it, the US congressman said it. Openly, it was a public thing right there in the Congress. He said it. That Nigeria violated the international law that guides Commonwealth Treaty, because Kenya is a Commonwealth nation. Nigeria is a Commonwealth nation. Britain, they say that he's the Oga. Then how come that bilateral treaty and agreement was actually violated by Nigeria? And that's what James John was saying in the Congress, that they have mandated Makurobio the US Secretary of State, to tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. He has not done that. This is the same man that advised. I want you to understand where I'm going and why America is now taking that decision. Bola Ahmed Buhari to release, to dialogue with Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB. But he was the one that sentenced Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to prison. Under cross appeal, again, he said, that the cross appeal will carry a death sentence. We are watching how Nigeria has come to this point of reality now, that the world said, okay, Eleke Tioba, since you have decided learn how to fly, we will also learn how to shoot without missing. And that was what prompted that decision by the US government. Because you saw the video, where we had Hexet and Donald Trump discussing the issue of Nigeria. Nobody saying this, and they are telling you what they want to do. If you are talking about Christianity in Nigeria, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the symbol of Christianity in Nigeria. If you are talking about one of the largest geopolitical zone, where we have a larger number of Christians in Nigeria, it is the Biafra land. And the options, according to Raleigh Moore, is to create a safe nation for Christians in Nigeria. Both the ones in the middle belt, both the ones in what are they trying to do now? What the Northerners are calculating now is very different. What did they do? They are now deploying repentant Boko Haram in the south, and southeast. And to create IDP camps for them before Biafra will come, so that they will start another form of Gaza and West Bank there. Yesterday, I was being reported by a national TV, over 800 Fulani military invaded eastern Nigeria, and most of them were intercepted in Owerri. 800 of them. You can see it on that video. What are we talking about? It's real. So when you see people now talking about Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, but I want to celebrate that Hausa guy. I just want to celebrate the guy because he said today that the next president, the current National Association of Students in Nigeria, is visiting Mazin Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison today. And Ayodele is calling for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to release. These are the people that we are not calling for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to release initially. Today, they are calling for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to release. And the government is coming with a narrative of death sentence. Try it! Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Awolowo, try it! And sentence him to death. The same way, Awolowo, Philip Asioju, and Oba Akinzwa of Edo State advised Gowon to jettison Aburi so that they will be able to have oil, crude oil. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not toe the line of Awolowo. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not toe the line of Awolowo. After the confiscation of Subo properties and money in the bank, 20 naira was given to them, and Awolowo happens to be the finance minister as at that time. Today, the story has changed. The story has changed. Where are the Igbos today? Where are other regions today? That's the question of God. Don't dare listen to the Northerners. Don't dare listen to Sokoto Atiku, Molami, Erofai, and the rest of them, and kill Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. If you dare, the world will experience something that will not be palatable. And I want to say happy birthday again to Donald Trump. and as in the press trying to alert the whole world. He's going to announce it Biafra very soon. He has told you. Yes, he has told you. He has said it very clearly. You know, his aides are working on it. Igbos in the United States of America are working on it. Martin Luther will not die in detention, and that's the message. Any moment from now, that's the reason why he said he is finally going to announce Biafra to the whole world. Thank you, and God bless, and thank you for watching.